Every once in a while, you meet many of disturbing personalities that are strange in their behavior and manners. These personalities, lucky you, are abundant and you cannot miss them. You just feel paralyzed of how you are going to deal with them. They don't have a master key, a catalog, or a pause option. They just happen. In this video, we are going to shed some light on these shady personalities. Let's begin. People fall under this category are the jacks of all trades, who know everything about almost everything in politics, or they just think so. They always have an opinion to offer, a point to clarify, and an objection to give. They know the reasons behind oil crisis, the expected time of World War III, the maneuvers in the north, and of course the coronavirus conspiracy theories. They make you feel that politics is an ocean and they are the true sailors. Make you feel that politics is a science and they are the true scholars. They always talk and take the stand. If you try to change the subject in the middle of an argument for the sake of your mental health, they will simply consider you an insignificant person who wasted the opportunity of learning from the best. If you see this personality and barely resist the thought of shooting them on sight, then you have to change your way or just get back home. Anything else will be tolerable compared to what you will hear from them. If you feel you are in a good mood today and thought of feeling depressed instead, or wondered about the reasons behind committing suicide, then you have to sit with one of these over-depressed personalities. They don't see beauty in anything. They don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. If we assume that they see the tunnel in the first place. If you say, for instance, that the sea looks peaceful and refreshing today, they will reply instantly that it is contaminated and it's about to produce a tsunami. Then they will let their tragic thoughts surface. They will talk about their life problems, their issues with air and environment, their problems with families and schools, their painful experiences with love and laptops. And they do not stop here. They think they are about to have a lung cancer because they feel some pain in the chest, even though they never smoke. They always complain about people who constantly change to the worst. They feel they are going to die and it's a matter of a few days before the doomsday. Then they suggest to walk alone until they reach the wasteland, suffer there, die there in silence. At least they will be free from misery. If you meet one of those, please tell them to sing an opera, because it's the perfect place for people who shout out loud in the name of art. I think more than 75% of Earth population suffers from bankruptcy, and they are not our concern today. We precisely talk about those who declare their bankruptcy everywhere they go in order to have your sympathy and therefore your money. In every occasion they tell you that they haven't eaten since a week except for some leftovers, and the last time they hold cash in their hands was 10 years ago. They are in a deep debt that the GPA of the US might not be sufficient to settle. They keep repeating their financial problems, hoping for your financial support. The problem is not being broke, but being beggars all the time. If you happen to know one of those, you have to tell them that you are not a charitable organization or a social worker, and you, ironically, in the same time, suffer from the same bankruptcy and look for some financial support either. This kind of personalities is always in a hurry. When you meet one of them for 5 minutes, they start jumping in their seats because it's getting late and they have to leave now. When you ask them for the thing they are leaving for, they just say, "It's utterly private." In another day, you call one of them for 10 times, but without an answer. Later, they send you a message saying, "I am busy right now, I will try to call you later." In that time, you think that they must be more important than Bill Gates himself and more busy than an African president who tries to make peace between two conflicting tribes. Or they might be working on a secretive and dangerous nuclear project. But you will be shocked when you know that they were sitting in their room, lying on their beds, reading for the exam or playing games. They just cannot control the feeling of self-importance by pretending busy all the time. This poor personality loses its friends very swiftly because they are not there. And when they are, they make everyone feels uncomfortable. My advice for you here is to throw a party without inviting them. So when they find out and ask, you simply reply, "I thought you were busy like always." And by the way, this personality will watch less than 10 seconds of this video because of course they have something else to do. Free and available personality always has time for anything. They don't take the advantage of their time and just waste it randomly. But it gets really unbearable when they sneak into your own time. They will invite themselves to your home without a previous notice in order to discuss something important with you. On their way to you, they will call you every 2 minutes to tell you that they are already on their way. And when they arrive, they soon make themselves at home and stay for longer than 2 or 3 hours without feeling unwanted. During the long talk, you try hard to understand the important thing they came for to discuss before you discover that there is none. Eventually, you find yourself throwing them out because it's your bedtime, of course. The next day, they call again to go out with you. You apologize, but they don't take no as an answer because they think that you are a friend who should comply with the friendship rules, which include going out anytime regardless. You wish to tell them that you are no longer their friend and wish to tell them to count the stars if they don't have anything to do. These people deserve a public execution for destroying life cycle and for terminating 100 ideas that could have been emerged if they were a little busy. My advice for you if you come across one of them is to change your cell number and even your phone if possible. Also try to book one-way ticket to the farthest destination you know. By the way, this personality will watch the whole video and say, "This guy is telling very important things that I do not really understand." This personality lives in the past, pictures life as black and white, and consider technology advancement an epidemic that polluted human souls. They continuously speak about how life was so beautiful before the invention of TV and electricity, even though they didn't live that era. They always tell stories about how generous and kind people were in the past, and how by only $1 you could buy half of the supermarket items. Families were living in harmony together under the roof of a simple and small house. Water was pure and tastes much better than Coca-Cola. And women had that natural beauty and appreciate men, not money. But now everything has changed. People have become ugly in their manners, always consider their own benefits. This personality refuses to cope up with the new world and cannot understand that the world is changing and developing. If you meet one of them, just ask whether they go to work by a car or a horse. In almost every gathering with your friends, one of the storytellers shows up, always reflects the current happenings on a story from the past. They start their speech with "Once upon a time." They also borrow the stories from their grandfathers and grandmothers, and sometimes they let their imagination does the job. They embrace the soul of Guy Ritchie, Christopher Nolan, and Quentin Tarantino and tell a twisted story. As a result of that, you don't know for sure if they are just amusing people or top-class imposters. Only one can tell the truth: that friend who was with them when the story took place. It will be one of your worst days ever if you sit with a critic personality. This personality dislikes everything in you: your hair, your eyes, and your opinion, of course. When they don't find anything to criticize, they criticize themselves. They are parasites who cannot live without making you feel insignificant and always think that the world will be a better place without you. The ultimate solution for this personality is to bring them some lemon juice mixed with LSD drug so they may see something positive in you. At the end of this video, let us know if you met one of those personalities and how you responded. Also, let us know if you met another type of disturbing personalities not mentioned in this video and want us to make an autopsy on them.